Go.
A life-ending sentence in America. Some are innocent and some are criminals. One mistake could be the end of your life. Hundreds are sentenced each year, and the amount of inmates receiving this sentence are increasing. Today I will be covering how the death penalty is inhumane, unfair to the people, and revealing the extraordinary cost of it all. The history of the death penalty is a long and brutal one, from the stoning and crucifixion killings of the BC era to today's methods of the electric chair and lethal injection. Governments of one kind or another have sentenced people to death for thousands of years. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, the most common method of execution among states with the death penalty is lethal injection, which is authorized by 32 states. A very small number of states continue to use methods such as electrocution, gas chambers, and even firing squads. In 1972, the United States Supreme Court suspended the death penalty, finding it unconstitutional because it was unfair on the minorities and the poor, except the ban was very brief. The court re-established the death penalty in 1976, and the government-sponsored killings resumed, which has resulted in more than 1,480 people being executed, mainly by lethal injection. Most death penalty cases involve the execution of murders, although capital punishment can be applied for treason, espionage, and other crimes. If those sentenced to death received life sentences instead, we could accomplish the same effect of the death penalty. Criminals remain off the streets for the rest of their lives. Not only is the death penalty crucial and wrong, but the cost is a great amount coming from our bank accounts. It is also a waste of taxpayer money. The California Legislative Analyst Office estimates that California would save $150 million a year if it replaced the death penalty with a sentence of life without parole. Conversely, it costs approximately $200,000 to $300,000 to convict and sentence an individual to life without the possibility of parole. That money could go to schools, healthcare, or restorative justice programs. The cost of capital punishment is extraordinary. Since 1978, California has spent more than $4 billion administrating the death penalty, or more than $308 million per person for each of the 13 people who have been executed since it was reinstated. A capital punishment case begins with a trial in front of a grand jury, typically 23 people, where the prosecutor makes it known before the trial that they are seeking the death penalty. On average, it costs $620,932 per trial in federal death cases, which is 8 times higher than that of the case where the death penalty is not used. When including appeals, incarceration times, and the actual execution in a death penalty case, the cost is closer to $3 million per inmate. However, court costs, attorney fees, and incarceration for life only cost a little over $1 million. Those in support of capital punishment believe it opposes crimes and more often than not believes that certain crimes eliminate one's rights to life. To add on to the amounts of money put into this degrading law, it's harder on specific groups of people as well. Racism has always lingered throughout America because of its old traditions and the past. Sad to say, it still continues on in today's world, but it's obvious what's going on in the prisons and trials itself. Opponents of capital punishment say it has no deterrent effect on crime, wrongly gives governments the power to take human life, and leads on social injustices by wrongly targeting people of color and people who cannot afford good attorneys. Black and Latino defendants are more likely to be executed than white citizens. Poor defendants without a team of lawyers are far more likely to enter death row than those with strong representation. Your race or your bank account should not determine your sentence. It has discriminated against defendants who are mentally ill, black or brown, or can't afford expensive legal representation. It has provided no public safety benefit or value as a deterrent. It has wasted billions of taxpayer dollars. The study released on Monday tells that a young surprising number of innocent people are sentenced to death. It tells you that a lot of them haven't been exonerated, and some of them no doubt have been executed. It is a horrid act that attacks the innocent people and people of color as well. In conclusion, the death penalty is inhumane, hypocritical, and is a waste of money for how crucial the law is. Killing is never the answer, and there are many other options than what is happening today. Spread awareness of what's going on today and help make this world a better place.